A variety of faith-based organizations are gathering in Tshwane for an anti-gender-based violence march. And it comes as the plague of GBV crimes continues across the country, with rising criticism of the judiciary specifically over how it handles some of the cases. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan is live at the Montana Catholic Church. Karinda, good morning. Again, when we started earlier this morning, there were already lots of people gathered at your location, getting ready to march. What progress have you all made?
Well, Iman, we are going to just get a bit away from the generator first. We are very close to the police station where a memorandum of demands will be handed over, essentially calling for police to act on issues of gender-based violence, because we know that there has been issues with the trust in the judiciary. But we're right now just rushing to get Father Patrick Rakeketsi from the Catholic Church of the Presentation in Montana to speak about the importance of this march, but also looking at issues within the churches. Father, thank you so much for speaking to us, sir, and for just stationing a bit away from the speaker. Let's just talk about why this march was important on this day, involving a lot of young people as well.
Today is a Good Friday. It is the day that Jesus dies. And it is important that our nation, our churches, our Christians, our believers believe in the blood of Jesus redeeming the world. And so it is important that we also address the social issues, the social illness that we have, so that this becomes very important to us to understand what is going on in our lives. We need as a church to be active with our voices inside the social life of the people. The social fiber needs our voices so that we are able to raise up and give courage to our people. At the moment here, we are 4 or 5 churches together here addressing the needs of our nation inside every circumstance where we are. And so we are in the suburb, we are in the affluent society, but the social needs are there. Social illness is also there. So we need all of us to join our hands together. And so Good Friday becomes a day when we also make people aware of the sacrifice that Jesus has done for us.
Father, you know, it's also very critical to talk about the role of churches in intervening in these situations. But before we get to that, Father, let's talk about issues within the church. You know, I'd like to refer to you, for example, to the Omotoso case and to other cases we know that is happening. Let's also just stand on this side to look at the youth that are part of the march and talk about your comments therein.
It is very unfortunate that even in the circles of religious life, we have also abuses. But this tells us also of the weakness of us as human people. It is also good for the church to raise its voice and say, let's uproot the abuses and the illness within our own leadership as churches. And so every church must stand against abuse. Every church is called to address the abuse. Every church must say no to abuse, no to violence, and no to any form of injustice. We have to stand against that. And Jesus stood against any abuses that he found within his own society. And today, we are also called to do the same as well.
Lastly, Father, what is your message to congregants that might be watching that don't feel comfortable to speak out? What would you like to say directly to them?
Anyone, today you are given the power by Jesus to speak. You are watching us, but be strong where you are. Get courage to also stand up and pray and believe in what you are as a Christian. Today is a day for us all to really feel we belong. So everybody must really have courage. Jesus has given us courage, and we are called by God to do the same.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Father Patrick Rakeketsi. Iman, a very important also aspect is to speak about issues within religious organizations, something that has been spoken about very recently. We know the CRL Commission, among other Chapter 9 institutions, are also looking into these issues. And furthermore, systemic issues within the judiciary, which sees survivors of gender-based violence battle to actually get justice. That is, of course, related and linked to the plague of gender-based violence. Today, the discussion more focuses on churches participating in sharing information among the community as they drive through the streets of Tshwane, specifically around this Montana area, to raise the alarm, to encourage women, men to speak out about issues that could be happening within their community, within the church, within various organizations, but to speak out and see the process of justice. There have been many cases just this week alone regarding gender-based violence. So while a religious holiday and observation takes place today, the conversation of gender-based violence continues in all of these sectors. The MEC for Social Development, Faith Mazibuko, is here as well. So in the next hour at least, we'll also have a conversation with her about her role in ensuring there is more swift gains in the justice process for survivors who say they fear even sometimes going to the police station. And so we'll have some conversation with her on that. So do stay with us, Iman.